contributing to climate change, pushing the company to lower its use of fossil fuels. Amazon says employees can suggest improvements to how it operates within the company.
They called it Amazon. I assume that's because that's what they were burning it. I call myself weed and sema.
Next month.
Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar says it was critical getting flavored e-cigarette liquids off the market.
Off the market.
Will not allow a new generation to fall prey to nicotine addiction.
The nationwide enforcement takes effect.
That's an interesting thing to say, but
the government won't target tobacco and menthol flavors, but they too must get FDA marketing approval by May. Andy Field, ABC News, Washington.
oh, in the U.S. Okay, because we don't have that shit up here.
Authorities in California, just east of LA, have a mystery on their hands: the disappearance of a bunch of llamas.
By all accounts, he was a
You can catch
chaotic
the
scene.
llama.
The gates cut open at an exotic animal farm in Riverside County. Neighbors saw the animals running all over.
When I woke up, I looked out my window and I saw the llamas running down the street here.
And then it was noticed about 30 llamas were gone. They'd been loaded onto a truck stolen from the 14-acre property.
How the fuck you get llamas on it, man?
Criticism on social media over its treatment of animals. Riverside County says while it is working with the owner to clean up some land use violations, that there are no issues with animal health. Now the hunt is on for the llama caper.
Not touch our animals, we get mad.
Coming up in 60 seconds, traffic and weather together.
60 News Time, 3:50.
Mark your calendars for the Style Encore Mississauga grand opening event this Friday, Sunday. Style Encore buys and sells gently used
And yesterday when I said I was going to get a copyright notice because that was a newly recorded classical song, I got the copyright notice. No shit.
Just outstanding. Haydn's The Creation, The Heavens Are Telling. The Toronto Mendelssohn Choir in performance. Sir Andrew Davis conducting the Roy Thompson Hall Orchestra. And the Toronto Mendelssohn Choir is in performance in just under 2 weeks alongside the TSO. Mozart Requiem runs January 15th through the 18th. Roy Thompson Hall.
£1.
Once again, Sir Andrew Davis will be conducting along with the
You know how loud that
TSO,
sounds?
the Mendelssohn Choir. It's very special. I've only taken in, I'd say, a handful of concerts with the TSO this season. That one is definitely pretty high on my list. You're with the Oasis here on the new Classical FM 351 on a Thursday. Get to a cello oboe concerto in C minor with a trumpet twist.
With a twist? What do you mean? What'd you do to it, man? Ah, shit. It's okay, I got more. If you like me for teach you how to sell drugs, it's not going to be that simple. But you might learn, you might not. Just hold on. Oh, that was good. We're going to get to this in a second. Trust that.
Masters of Curling compete in 6 Grand Slam events. The Pine Tees Grand
Throwing
Slam
rocks on ice.
On Sportsnet. And now with the forecast, here's Michelle Nelson.
Well, we're seeing a warm up in the GTA, sun and cloud right now, and still those breezy winds out of the southwest. Gusts right now to about 40 kilometers per hour. Mostly cloudy for tonight with temperatures near 4 degrees. A great night to get out for a walk. We'll see those winds lighten up and then some fog patches developing overnight. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy. We're still holding on to those mild temperatures, +7 for your high. Seasonal is -2. Friday night,
It is officially January. Pay attention. Go flip your calendar over. Don't be writing 2019 on nothing.
Expected on Saturday. Trace amounts to 3 centimeters for the GTA. Right now, we're sitting at our guaranteed high of 6 degrees downtown, and at Pearson, your overnight low is 4 degrees.
This extended forecast is brought to you by Cold Drops. One drop for temporary relief of sore throat and nasal congestion. Cold Drops are available at Metro pharmacies near you. This product may not be right for you. Always read and follow the
I'm gonna
label.
cut that down a little bit.
Coming up at
There.
4 o'clock, police across the GTA doing the drunk driving math. We'll take a look at the disturbing numbers.
A drunk driving map.
54.
Please, Mr. Officer, give me a map. I'm drunk. That commercial has irritated me too many times. Okay, where do I start? Oh yeah, I gotta do this. So, that in there. There we go. I bagged up an ounce in front of you guys once. I don't think nobody noticed because none of y'all commented that shit. Oh shit, don't drop this shit, man. I paid good money for these. Just so I know what the fuck I actually have. Check this shit out. Nice, nice. Apparently that's 1.29. What's that cost you? Like 20, 30 bucks, 40 bucks in the US, something like that? 20, 25 plus 26, like 30 bucks for that shit. So apparently, oh, that's crazy. Not complaining. Oh, either my scales are funky, or I shorted somebody, or somebody overcounted me. That's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. I got my bowl of the. Oh, see, if I tilt it, it'll fall. But that's my breakfast of champions right there. All right. Okay, put this away, and that means I could put all this shit that's down here in my way out of the way. And I'll put the fucking radio back on, but I hate that fucking commercial. I just hate it. I usually don't give a fuck. I know it's commercial. Like that commercial's really getting on my nerves. And the fucking marketing. If you have to tell people how to spell a word that they should be able to spell easily, you just ruined the fucking point of using an easy word like car. And when they get kids misspelling things on purpose, I hate that shit. Why kids gotta look stupid? Kids are not stupid. Kids are not stupid. So that's that one. And that's that one. And then this is a little bit big, but it's bigger than Tupac's torso there, upper body. Bango! We got a seed. It's got like leopard spots. It's got camel print, just like my legs with the goddamn fucking leg ulcers and hypopigment. I say goddamn, but I like the way it looks. You know, the only thing is if I leave that in here, I might forget and fucking roll it up.
Dow is up by 311 points. NASDAQ gaining 112 points, a jump of 1.2%, and the S&P higher by 19. As for the TSX, it could finish higher for the first time in 3 days, adding 26 points, 17,090. TC Energy getting a price target lift from Scotiabank, but the stock on bay is down by 78 cents, $68.38. Checking the energy sector, though, we did see oil higher for the first time in 3 days, adding 12 cents, closing at 61.18 a barrel.
What did he just say about Scotiabank? Because yesterday, the motherfucker, the company that underwrote the fucking offering and say, yeah, you should buy it. The fuck?
7.8 million barrels. If that's confirmed by the EIA tomorrow, it could be the largest.
Not yesterday, a couple days ago. We fucking covered that. You gotta watch a 6-hour video, I think, to find it, but it's there.
Canadian dollar moving in the opposite direction, down by 0.02 cents to 76.99 cents US. It's now time for the Express Gold Refining XAU.ca
I
gold
think you
price
get two different
update.
kinds, eh? I got bright green and I got a darker.
528, its highest level in more than 3 months, locking in a 7-day rally.
The latest news is on the way at 4 o'clock at the Business Center.
Oh, so which one we're gonna do first?
The hottest show from Miami Beach
Maybe
is
it's all the
coming to
same.
Fallsview
It's a little
Casino,
bit.
Conga, live February 4th to 10th at Niagara Fallsview Casino, with a huge cast of dancers and singers, plus a rock and salsa band. This full-scale production weaves its way through
That'll
some of
make it
the
fun.
greatest
Good
dance
enough for
hits of
one.
all time. Visit FallsviewCasinoResort.com.
Motherfucker, man. I know you love Iglesias. I know. Me too, just a different Iglesias. And the fat Mexican, not the fucking skinny, whatever the fuck he is. Bati Batin. Let me get the spliff in me before I start talking. I'll start talking stupid. All right.
Conditions across the region this hour. Uxbridge, overcast 5 degrees.
Uxbridge.
Orangeville, some sunny breaks, it's 3 degrees. Pickering, cloudy and 5. Brampton, overcast 6 degrees. Milton, some sunny breaks,
Pickering.
5 degrees. In Aurora right
thought your
now,
power
it's
plant kept
overcast
everything
and
hot out
5
there,
degrees. Downtown Toronto, mostly cloudy skies, 6 degrees. The News Watch never stops. 680 News is CFTR AM Toronto. 680 News time, 4 o'clock.
Two packs of fucking papers. Where the fuck is the open pack of papers I was using?
Here are James Monroe and Laura Carney.
Of all the things to not know what you're doing with.
Good afternoon. It's Thursday, January 2nd.
For Laura Carney, I'm Charlene Close. Here are the top
Oh, to my
stories right
pocket.
now.
My bad. See, I need a split.
What's it going to take? Police across the GTA say some people are still not getting the message about the dangers of drinking and driving. Dozens across Ontario are facing impaired driving charges after
Call
New Year's
us
Eve.
with an impaired driving carjack squad. We will take care of the issue and we will relieve them of the responsibility of operating a motor vehicle.
8,000 koalas are feared to have died so far in the wildfires.
Maple Leafs looking to start the new year off right in Winnipeg, and the Raptors travel to South Beach. Sports at 15. Record closing highs for Wall Street to kick off 2020 with the TSX higher for the first time in 3 days. And some analysts think Walt Disney streaming service could be its shining star this year. Business at 26.
In a half hour, they open up again for an hour of aftermarket trading, and that's how they deal with the mutual funds and things. Some shit like that. I don't know. That's why the numbers change between close and closing, and then the morning.
With one exception,
One of the
it's a minor issue now in the southbound 404 ramp problem.
I don't see where these hairs are coming from.
To the southbound 404 currently has the right lane blocked down for construction.
I know they're
See
mine,
much
but
of
they don't
an
look like
added
mine.
delay there, but watch out for the crews. On the 401, if you're traveling westbound, still have this emergency road work approaching Brock Street. The left lane is blocked there, so it is slow from Stevenson to Brock Street. Then you'll find we've got or had a problem on the West 401 approaching Nielsen and the Express.
I'm the last
Clearway.
Boy
All
Scout.
the delay is pretty well gone there as well. So as they travel through into the Scarborough area, it's not bad now. It does get slow once you get closer to Yonge. From approaching Yonge to Avenue, mainly in the collectors. Then again, approaching Keele, alternately Express and collectors to Dixon, and approaching here Ontario collectors to west of Beavis.
Lacroix.
On the
That's a
eastbound
word,
401,
eh?
just past
It's not
Yonge,
Rizla,
now
it's
across the
Riz
city,
Lacroix.
427 to Keele, alternately
Riz
Express and
Lacroix.
collectors. Then from about the Allen to Yonge Express and approaching Bayview to Leslie collectors. More volume Victoria Park to Kennedy collectors, and then we have that roadwork east to Brock Street, left lane blocked with road repairs where there's a sinkhole there. They're going to start repairs on it tomorrow. So eastbound slow through here.
They're gonna start repairs tomorrow. 2 weeks we've been on hits.
DVP busy Bayview, Florida, north of Lawrence. Westbound Gardner, the heaviest section is from the DVP to west to Strawn. Beyond that, it's not bad.
Don't fuck around in Canada. The ground will eat you up,
to
bro.
70% at Aero Furniture's Boxing Week sale held over for a limited time. Find out more at aerofurniture.com. Your next report at 4:11, and with the forecast, here's Michelle Nelson.
Well, it's a mild and mostly cloudy day for us. We still have breezy winds out of the southwest. Those will ease around 8 p.m. tonight. Cloudy and 4 degrees this evening. Some fog patches through the overnight. Right now, downtown and at Pearson, we're sitting at our guaranteed high of +6. Your overnight low is 4 degrees.
680 News Time, 4:03.
New year, new decade, but it's the same disturbing story about driving while impaired.
680's Phil Martino joins us with the latest numbers.
It makes
Fucking
you
dummies.
shake your
I hope
head.
you get
Toronto
fucking
Police
shot or
Detective Brett
arrested or
Moore with
something.
Traffic Services was
I hope you
spreading
go
the
to
message
jail
about
and
not
they don't
drinking
give
and
you
driving on New
PC.
Year's
Or no,
Eve.
wait,
He
I
says
hope you go to
some
jail
motorists
and you
just
get put
didn't
on
get it.
PC, because that's probably worse.
Impaired driving related arrests and 2 people didn't have their licenses suspended.
When I hang out with child molesters and rapists and cops and informants all day, I hope you get booked, motherfucker.
Related charges from noon on New Year's Eve to noon on New Year's Day across the province.
Obviously, this is a huge concern for us because we continue to see a trend of people drinking or taking drugs and operating their vehicles and driving.
Durham Regional Police, meantime, say over 100 people were charged with drinking and driving offenses during the holiday season. 7 were also charged with cannabis offenses. I'm Phil Martino.
The teen charged in the stabbing death of Devin Bracky Selby is now facing
This is an offense.
charges in connection with a separate incident. He was in court briefly today to face the new charges, while also appearing for the
This
first
is
degree murder
illicit,
charge.
contraband, underground, black market
In early
marijuana.
October, he'll remain in custody until his next court appearance.
I
By
paid
the
money
end
for
of
it and we did
January,
not
the
collect
14-year-old
taxes,
now charged with
motherfucker.
assault causing bodily harm, forcible confinement, 2 counts of uttering threats. It's alleged a teen was assaulted in June 2017. And was threatened and held against his will. Police say the victim came forward in November with the allegations.
680 News
Oh,
Time
fuck, I missed the
404.
first part of that story.
Toronto
That's
police still
I
searching
just
for
know I'm gonna have to end up
suspects in the
with
city's first murder of the new year.
it.
Double shooting in Regent Park last night left 1 man dead, another in hospital fighting for his life. Emergency crews were called to River and Dundas streets around 10:30 last night. Because of reports of gunfire, police say a dark-colored sedan pulled up alongside a Hyundai. When the suspects inside began shooting, sources tell 680 News shell casings from 2 different guns were found at the scene.
Oh, they're giving us
Police are
details
waiting for
now.
autopsy
What
results
calibers?
after
What
a man's body
calibers?
was found at Woodbine Beach. At this point, it's only being called suspicious. The homicide unit has not yet been called in. Police tell 680 News the man's body was found on New Year's Day.
At 10:43 p.m. on January 1st, police received a medical call for a man's body that was located and discovered on the beach area near the Somerville Olympic Pool in 55 Division.
The dog walker found the body. Police sources tell us there appear to be obvious signs of trauma.
There is
A
nothing
40-year-old
down there.
man
Eh?
from
You
Witcher
scream for help, no
Stoneville
one
is
can hear
facing
you.
impaired driving charges in connection with a fatal crash
The
that
beach
happened
is
New Year's
bubble.
Eve. York Regional Police say a Toyota and a Hyundai were involved in a crash early Tuesday night in the Elgin Mills and 9th Line area of Markham. The driver of the Toyota, a 68-year-old man from Whitchurch Stoneville, died at the scene. The driver of the Hyundai was arrested. Stanley Choi now facing several charges, including impaired operation causing death.
680 News Time 406 in Australia. Prime Minister Scott
We're gonna be
Morrison
arguing
says his
over
country's
whether it's
deadly
chasing or
wildfire
following.
crisis is likely to last for months. Officials in their most populous state, New South Wales, have declared a state of emergency. It's the 3rd time for the state in the last 2 months. Morrison says Australia is at the mercy of nature to extinguish the fires.
In a fire like this, it goes on. And it will continue to go on as those in the agencies have advised us until we can get some decent rain that can deal with some of these fires that have been burning now for many, many months.
The Australian Environment Minister says as many as 8,000 koalas are feared to have died so far.
This is 680 News at 406. Smoking could cost you a job at U-Haul. As 680 business editor Carl Garnish tells us, a nicotine-free policy is set to take effect February 1st.
The truck and trailer rental company plans to stop interviewing and hiring nicotine users, including people who use e-cigarettes and vaping products.
So you don't like American Indians, U-Haul? You don't like American Indians, U-Haul?
Where the company operates. Company officials
I know there's about 50 U-Haul trucks right now. They all getting smashed the fuck up, brethren. I know they all registered to the U.S. What you gonna do? Make an insurance claim yourself insured, bitch? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? It's gonna take 2 guys to get each truck back to repair it, bro.
I'm Carl Garnish.
You take me play games. You don't like Indians, you don't like Sama, you don't like Sama, don't smoke it.
ABC News' diagnosis gave him perspective.
Most of us have open-ended lives. We don't know when we're going to die. Because of the cancer diagnosis, it's no longer an open-ended life, it's a closed-end life because of the terrible statistic survival rates for pancreatic cancer.
Only about 3% of patients with stage 4 are alive 5 years after diagnosis.
The Golden Globes happen this Sunday.
That means Alex Trebek got the one cancer worse than my dad's cancer. Go figure.
Presenters announced for the awards.
No idea, bro.
Gervais will host the 77th annual event. And we're learning today the Golden Globes is going with a meatless menu. Guests will be served a 100% plant-based meal just ahead of showtime.
Those people don't eat. They don't eat. They look at the food and they don't. Why they like this? Get this off the plate so I can do my lines.
About food consumption and waste.
Coming up in 30 seconds, latest problems on the streets. We'll take a peek at the pumps.
The latest problem on the streets.
680 News. Toronto. This is the first sound you hear when we get hit by a snowstorm. And this is the second sound you hear.
5 year.
Snow clouds on the DVP. And the Gardner. When it snows, the city has over 56.
The 5-year survival rate for liver cancer is 20%. My dad had it about 13 years. It metastasized the second time. It came back the second time and fucking spread through his whole body, and that was the end of it. So, hey, those are my matches. Those are seeds.
Jammed in both directions approaching Kennedy due to construction. Now, the 680 News gas price update. Enpro predicts the price will not be changing at midnight. Coming up in 60 seconds, traffic and weather together. Crash on the northbound 400 at Essa and Barrie. 2 right lanes are blocked.
680 News Time 410.
Hello, Alpine Credits. You're the guys that say approved, right? Yes, sir. So I want to turn the backyard into a putting green, and my girlfriend did not approve. Could you?
Oh my God, 21 minutes to get the joint rolled.
For renovations, consolidating debt, that type of thing. Well, maybe if I got a loan to do it. Very nice.
At Alpine Credits, we try to approve all home equity loan applications, regardless of your credit, age, or income. Find out more at alpinecredits.ca. Alpine Credits. Homeowners get approved. Fiscal license 12616. My benchmark for comfort is my dad's old Lazy Boy. My benchmark for style is House and Home. I'll get them both at the big Lazy Boy Boxing Week sale.
With the biggest holiday of the year ending, now's the time for the Lazy Boy Boxing Week sale to begin. With huge markdowns and percentage off tags, this is the biggest sale of the year. Live life comfortably, Lazy Boy.
Double scratch and save up to 50% off your purchase at 9 GTA stores plus Kitchener.
680 News Time 411.
Traffic and weather together on the ones now with Toronto's most frequent traffic reports. Kyle Hawking.
This report brought to you by Marquee Jewelers. Starting off with the problem just outside the GTA on the 400 northbound. As you head through Essa Road in Barrie, 2 right lanes are blocked for the collision. Had a couple of calls from traffic spotters about this. It is jammed from Mapleview up towards Essa Road. So as you get up into the Barrie area, you may just want to bail off the 400 and use Highway 27, which at that point is Essa Road as an alternate, or sort of branches off to become Essa Road. That'll get you into Barrie in better shape, or any other alternate will do. But the 400 jammed northbound Mapleview up to Essa because of this. Southbound also a bit slow from Dunlop down to Essa because of the visual distraction. In the Toronto area, that brief emergency construction on the Steeles and Woodbine ramp to the southbound 404 has cleared up and never caused a delay.
So much shit open on this.
A bit busy getting on the DVP approaching Shepherd to York Mills. Northbound DVP busy Bayview Bloor to north of Lawrence, and heading out of downtown, the westbound Gardner is slow from Jarvis to west of Strawn. On the QEW of westbound, it's busy from the 427 to west of Dixie, then from Ford Drive to Trafalgar. Minor delays Burloak to west of Guelph Line. West 401 have that emergency construction approaching Brock Street. The left lane is blocked, and it's heavy from Stevenson. Same on the eastbound side, east of Brock Street. Road repairs in the left lane there as well, so it is heavy eastbound here from approaching Salem to east of Brock Street. Outside of that, it's fairly typical along the 401 in the Toronto area, although it is lighter than usual. It's the Boxing Week sale at Marquee Jewelers. Get special deals on all rings, bracelets, chains, you name it. Don't miss out. 2 Bloor Street West at Yonge. Your next report at 421, and with the forecast.
Can you tell us where in the fucking building it is, bro? That's a fucking
mild end to the
60-story
week.
building.
We do have those winds out of the west gusting about 40 kilometers per hour right now. Those will dissipate this evening. 4 degrees and cloudy tonight. Some fog patches through the overnight, and then for tomorrow, mainly cloudy. Your daytime high will be +7. Seasonal for this time of year is -2. Temperatures drop back down tomorrow night. Right now, downtown and up Pearson,
Yeah, you don't know. I
we're
can
sitting
tell
at
you
a
it's nice
guaranteed
out
high
there
of
right now.
+6. Your overnight low is 4 degrees.
680 News Time, 4:13.
Now let's go to Trade Market Minute to the Business Center. Here's Carl.
James, what a way to start 2020. We got a record closing highs for Wall Street. The Dow up by 330 points, an increase of 1.1%. The Nasdaq seen a gain of 1.3% or 119 points, but the S&P higher by 25. The TSX was higher for the first time in 3 days, adding 36 points, 17,099. We got a 7-day rally for gold up $5, finishing at 1,528, reaching its highest level in more than 3 months. With oil higher for the first time in 3 days, adding 12 cents, closing at 61.18 a barrel. Canadian dollar is down by 2/100ths of a cent to 76.99 cents.
First day of the decade, we were up.
I'm Carl Garnash.
I guess it's a good
Direct
side.
invest with Scotia iTrade. Get up to $1,500 cash and $6.99 pricing, or up to 500 free equity trades.
These are the fucking idiots telling you to buy a fucking. We have a buy recommendation on a project we underwrote. If you don't buy it, we fucking go under.
Blaster Extreme 240X gym membership.
It's a good buy, you know, for us. It's good. It's a good recommendation for us.
The country's Boxing Week sale is still off, so hurry in. Plus, get amazing prices on duvets, pillows, sheets, and more. And our sleep experts will match you to your best sleep. And get a Hot Buy Queen mattress with temperature regulating technology, just $349. Hurry in store or online because this price ends Sunday. Sleep Country, all for sleep.
Do you suffer from CRA mail anxiety? Does the sight of a brown envelope make you sweat? Are the envelopes piling up? Don't know where to start? We do at Mark Feldstein and Associates.
They don't even send me envelopes anymore, man.
Every day. It's time
I don't know what the fuck happened, man. They just don't send out mail sometimes
Mark
anymore.
Feldstein and Associates, chartered accountants now at Pound Tax. That's the # tax. Or visit markfeldstein.ca. So the next time you see a
I
brown
don't care.
envelope,
The direct deposits come in. But see, that's why I don't fuck with checks in the mail from these people.
this is all News Radio.
What happens when the feds realize they ain't got enough money to cover the checks and they say, hey, Canada Post, can you go for a walk? Take a week off.
Charlene, close here are the top stories right now.
The OPP says they've laid more than 7,000 impaired driving charges in the GTA in the past 5 years alone. More than 40 people charged across the province in a 24-hour period over New Year's.
The 14-year-old accused of fatally stabbing a teen outside his Hamilton High School in October is now facing new charges related to a separate incident.
Australia's Environment
Little
Minister
badass,
says 8,000 koalas are feared to have died.
Scared of big bad men. It's these little kids that'll run up
For
and
these
juke you.
stories and more, go to 680news.com.
Yeah, feel no ways. They'll empty your pockets and everything. You can be bleeding all over the shit. They don't care. They'll slap you for bleeding on the wallet they're stealing from you, right?
Thank you, James. The Maple Leafs will look to start off 2020 off right as they head to Winnipeg to battle the Jets. Toronto's won 7 of their last 8, sitting second in the Atlantic. And you can listen to the game on Sportsnet 590 The Fan. 7:30 pregame opening.
It's not nearly as bad as I thought it was going to look.
The
They'll
Raptors
just leave it
also
off.
in action. They face the Heat down in South Beach looking for their second straight victory. Important game for the banged-up Raps as a win would move them 1 game back of Miami for 3rd seed in the East. Watch it on Sportsnet 1 at 7:30. Alexis Lafreniere returned to Team Canada at the World Juniors from that left knee injury with a goal and an assist as the Canadians smashed Slovakia 6-1 to advance to the semifinals. Other World Junior scores: Russia over the Swiss 3-1. Germany shuts out Kazakhstan 4-0. Finland eliminates the Americans 1-0. Sports at 15 and 45 past every hour or anytime on the home of Tim and Sid on TV
You
and
could
radio.
not have
Sports at
interested in
590
me
The Fan.
less.
680 News Time,
It
417.
was Germany.
You know what's
and
crazy?
Kazakhstan.
Not using smarter tools to manage your small business. You work so
I'm gonna
hard,
wash
you
it
work
so I
this
get all the
hard.
wrinkles out.
Collecting receipts? Is this the 80s?
Collect receipts, motherfucker.
Business tools that do all the hard work for you. You may work for yourself, but you don't have to go at it alone.
It's easier than rewinding a VHS before returning it.
Mr. Revenue Agent, Mr. Indian Agent, Mr. Border Agent.
Backing you. Visit QuickBooks.ca for full offer details.
Northwood Mortgage people work harder to find solutions just for you. One example, Northwood regularly helps families get into new homes after the bank has turned them down. Unlike the big banks, Northwood Mortgage is more flexible. Northwood Mortgage listens and works harder to create a solution that's customized for you.
When he says they're more flexible, that just makes me think when it's time to get fucked in the ass by these people, it's going to hurt even worse, eh? We're flexible. That sounds like you're creative. You're going to get your money back somehow, eh?
6 News Time, 4:18. The internet's freaking out a bit over a rock star's breakfast routine.
Kiss bassist Gene Simmons is trending on social media for something some are calling gross, others are calling fascinating. On Twitter, he posted a picture of his breakfast, a bowl of cereal, some kind of chocolate O's mixed with frosted shredded wheat, all swimming in milk, and ice cubes. He asks, anyone else put ice cubes in their cereal? Through the chorus of no's and disbelief that anyone would want to water down their morning meal, many admitted that, yeah, they do it because it keeps the milk cold, the cereal a little crunchier. And the first viral debate of 2020 rages on. Jason Nathanson, ABC.
Ain't he from somewhere where they fucking got the powdered milk?
German women hoping to send out best wishes for the new year may have inadvertently started a fire that killed more than 30 animals at a nearby zoo. Investigators say the 3 women went to police New Year's Day after hearing a news report about the deadly fire the night before. They admitted they were launching paper sky lanterns, which are illegal and unusual in Germany. Police say the women, a mother and her 2 adult daughters, are being investigated on suspicion of negligent arson. The Canadian Snowboard Association is taking
World War
issue with
II, they actually tried sending those things over the ocean.
The change to OHIP went into effect yesterday. The group says it's filed a legal challenge. They say that cutting the program goes against one of the 5 pillars of the Canada Health Act, portability. In May, the health minister announced the end of the program, saying it was costly and did not provide value to taxpayers. And the Trump administration ban on most flavored e-cigarettes comes with major exemptions. U.S. health officials have announced it will prohibit fruit, candy, mint, and dessert flavors that are popular with underage vapors. But menthol and tobacco-flavored e-cigarettes will be allowed to remain on the market. The flavor ban also does not apply to large tank-based vaping devices, which are primarily sold in vape shops that cater to adult smokers. The new policy will preserve a significant portion of the multi-billion-dollar market. Coming up in 60 seconds, traffic and weather together. 680 News Time, 419.
The new policy will preserve. No. The new policy is regulating all this shit, and they just let something. They fucking play with these words, man.
You just made $1,000. The next day, maybe
I did just make $1,000. How'd you know?
You made another $1,000. On the 3rd day, you feel an edge to be like the eagle, so you take flying lessons. Why not? No matter what you do and where you go, you make $1,000 every day for life. The Daily Grand Lotto. 2 draws every week on Mondays and Thursdays. $3 for each play.
The Ontario Federation of Snowmobile Clubs wants to take this opportunity to thank the many snowmobilers who participated in last year's Try Our Trails program. The program has been discontinued for 2020, but you can still ride the trails with an appropriate 2020 Ontario Snowmobile Trail permit. For more details about other programs and special events offered by the Ontario Federation of Snowmobile Clubs, or to volunteer with the club, visit ofsc.on.ca. That's ofsc.on.ca.
680 News Time, 421. Traffic and weather together on the ones. Here's Kyle.
And this report brought to you by 407 ETR. May have a new problem on the northbound DVP right at the Millwood overpass. So as you're approaching Don Mills, could have a lane blocked with a collision. In fact, it looks like something may have just cleared there as the Toronto transportation camera right there is out, unfortunately. However, a heavy jam up approaching Bloor up to Millwood, and then it seems to open up for a stretch. More delays approaching Eglinton up to York Mills. We have ongoing problems on the 400 northbound in the Barrie area. This is right at Essa Road. 2 right lanes are still blocked for the collision, so it's jammed here from Mapleview up to Essa. You may want to get off the highway and take an alternate into Barrie if that's where you're heading. And just getting word from the MTO, more construction coming in on the westbound 401. They're going to be doing some rolling pothole repairs. So this is a stretch, it looks like, from about Avenue to the Allen in the Express, where we're going to have 2 right lanes blocked. Looks like they're just in the process of fixing up a section on the approach to Avenue, and the Express traffic starting to slow here. Again, 2 right lanes are blocked. Elsewhere, the West 401 seeing issues approaching Brock Street. Left lane blocked with emergency construction, so heavy from Stevenson. Also approaching Nielsen in the Express. Everything was off on the shoulder, that collision. Once again, though, the left lane is blocked for the cleanup, so a bit slow through Nielsen in the Express. And then you'll hit that rolling maintenance on the West 401 heading through Avenue Road in the Express. Had a brief problem West 401 west of Mavis. Stolen vehicle there has just been towed away. Heavy though west of the 410 Express and Collectors to west of Mavis. Only issue on the East 401 is also that emergency roadwork east of Brock Street. The left lane is blocked, so heavy approaching Salem to east of Brock Street. 407 ETR saves drivers 30 million hours of time each year, giving you more time for the things that matter most to you. Visit 407etr.com. Your next report at 4:31 with the forecast, Michelle Nelson.
A mild few days for us in the GTA. We have southerly winds right now, gusting to about 40 kilometers per hour. It's mostly going to be cloudy this evening. Temperatures hovering around 4 degrees. Then we'll see winds lighten up late tonight. Overnight, some fog patches develop. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy and still mild, +7 for your high. This weekend, temperatures bounce back to the freezing mark, and snow is expected for Saturday. We're looking at trace amounts to up to 3 centimeters for the GTA. Right now, downtown and at Pearson, we're sitting at our guaranteed high of 6 degrees. Your overnight low is +4.
Coming up at the bottom of the hour, the OPP says they've laid more than 7,000 impaired driving charges in the GTA in the past 5 years alone.
5 years.
And now more than 40 people charged across the province in a 24-hour period over New Year's. We're adding up the cost straight ahead.
680 News Time, 423.
Here's 4 holiday carolers working in unison to demonstrate Subaru's symmetrical full-time all-wheel drive. Nice. Now here's what that sounds like if it wasn't full-time. Again, full-time all-wheel drive. Not full-time all-wheel drive. In a Canadian winter, that just doesn't sound right. Visit your local Subaru dealer for great Boxing Week specials.
Toronto's best traffic reports.
Every 10 minutes on the ones. This is 680 News.
A Michigan mother's heading into the New Year's bolstered by a 2020
All black
It's
everything.
a 2020
All black
start to
everything.
2020 for a waitress in northern Michigan.
I cried. I started crying, went right to my manager and asked him if it was real.
Danielle Franzoni, a single mom working at the Thunder Bay restaurant in Alpena, north of Detroit, got a New Year's surprise just before ringing in 2020. A tip of $2,020 on a $23 tab.
I'm going to build a future.
23.
My kids have a future.
Franzoni, working to regain custody of her children after overcoming an opioid addiction, has already put that money to work, moving into a new home on New Year's Eve. Michelle Franzen, ABC News.
Coming up in 60 seconds, we'll take you through all the major market action with Carl Garnish. And Wall Street starts 2020 at record levels.
680 News Time, 425.
This Friday is our biggest ever Lotto Max jackpot. So
Hey, Dan, I'm
I'd
gonna
say
have
it's
to get
time
up
to
again
dial
to
up
find a
those
fucking
dreams.
spoon.
Going big, bigger, all the way up to a record-breaking jackpot of $70 million. Plus an estimated 10 Max Millions. Wow, who knew dreams could get this big? Get your Lotto Max tickets for Friday's record-breaking $70 million jackpot. Plus an estimated 10 Max Millions. With draws Tuesdays and Fridays, you can dream to the max.
Hey, just making sure you're awake.
Kids who drink whole milk are skinnier than kids that drink skim milk. I swear to God, it was on the air as soon as I fucking ended the shit.
Yeah,
Or it crashed or whatever the fuck happened.
Makes this my favorite place to be.
Flipping well looks good on you. Shop
I don't want to look at all these fucking tabs.
Hey, we still want for brunch
For sure.
Should I come pick you up?
Actually, I'm going to walk it today. I picked up an Apple Watch from TSC, and it's helping me beat my daily fitness goals.
Holy
You got
nine.
this. Get those steps in.
Flipping well looks good on you. Shop tsc.ca.
680 News Time, 426.
Down 680 Business Report. Here's Carl.
James, a winning day for North American markets to kick off the new year with record closing highs for Wall Street. Analysts say investors are cheering the latest policy move by China's central bank to support its economy by helping commercial banks while preparing for U.S. President Donald Trump to sign the partial trade deal with China on January 15th. The Dow was higher by 1.1%, a gain of 330
What's the
points,
partial deal?
28,868. The Nasdaq gaining 1.3% or 119 points to 9,092. While the S&P higher by 27 points to 3,257. Walt Disney streaming service might be the shining star this year for the company. Citing a survey conducted on the streaming industry, Rosenblatt Securities is expecting the company to continue benefiting from growth in Disney+. From the findings, the service is popular with families, and it's continuing to do well with households that don't even have kids. Analysts say it could be a result of the recent success of its new Star Wars series, The Mandalorian, which has this lovable star, Baby Yoda. And reports earlier this week claim that we could actually see the little alien make his way to the big screen. Rosenblatt says it is expecting Disney Plus to have 25 million subscribers at the end of the company's first quarter, which is up from 21 million.
Oh, man.
Disney at the close was up by 2.4%, $148.20. Bay Street did finish higher for the first time in 3 days. TSX up by 36 points, 17,009. The pot stocks
That's
were
200
losers
Canadian,
on
eh?
Bay. After a tough 2019, analysts say some players might be looking to acquire part of the troubled companies at cheaper valuations, which can actually increase the market footprint. And also, we learned from Illinois officials that the state's New Year's debut of legal recreational marijuana has already generated nearly $3.2 million in sales. But the big loser on Bay was Aurora Cannabis. The stock down by 5.7%, $2.63. Cantor Fitzgerald cutting its price target on the stock. Canopy Growth lower by 4.3%, $26.13, followed by Kronos Group.
You might be able to buy a joint, $2.63, eh?
And we saw Frio lose 3.9%, $6.51. But we saw a turnaround for oil before the end of the day. It was higher for the first time in 3 days, adding 12 cents, closing at 61.18 a barrel. Canadian dollar is lower by 0.02 cents to 76.99 cents US. As for gold, it locked in a 7-day rally, up by $5, finishing at 1,528, reaching its highest level in more than 3 months. The latest news is on the way at 4:30 at the Business Center. I'm Carl Garnish.
Hi, it's Ivanka Osmak. Normally, I'm a sports anchor for Sportsnet, but today I'm spreading the news about Sleep Country's Aquagel pillow. To be honest, I'd never even heard of a gel pillow before their sleep experts suggested I try it out, and I'm glad they did.
I know the title of the video. I was gonna talk about some shit. Fuck it. The fuck is that? Get the fuck out of here. They can't convict me of drug trafficking for admitting to drug trafficking. Regina v. T. Parker. The fuck just happened, man? I know I'm not online anymore.